In sickness and in health, in life and in death, I will choose you again and again. This is Sidetracked.
Sidetracked, we're getting sidetracked. Yes, we're getting sidetracked.
What were we talking about?
Yung podcast.
Wait, are we recording already?
Yeah, we were just about to start.
Should we start that again?
Again?
Nah, it's fine.
Side?
Track?
Where?
Okay, so for today, we're gonna be discussing Clannad After Story. So the Clannad After Story takes place after the first season of Clannad, wherein they're doing the theater thing. So this time, it is after the confession of Tomoya. It tackles their lives after graduation. It's about family, found family, and second chances. So start.
Let's go.
Very romantic ng summary
Kaya
mo.
nga eh. um, okay, so I actually just want to start the conversation with the first part of After Story. Like our thoughts within of the first part, because like for me specifically, I really think it was draggy.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, since because it was draggy and then it was like getting a bit too much for us, and then we decided to just skip it. So that's that's something that we should say, that we did skip a
Yeah,
few arcs.
we skipped specifically yung pusa, the cat.
um the dorm manager, the dorm
Yeah, yeah,
manager and the other library girl.
yeah. We skipped those. Yeah.
We skipped those two arcs, and because we skipped those two arcs, we kind of missed an important detail,
Mm-mm.
because
Mm-hmm.
they talked about like the town folklore and stuff as we've researched
Mm-hmm.
about it. So I feel like
Yeah.
um dahil nag-drag yung first part, like they put something important there, but we kind of like just skipped it.
Yeah.
And
We didn't know that there's something important there because it's
yeah,
so draggy. We just kind of got sick of
Mm.
it.
yeah, yeah. And I think naging ano natin to, naging issue natin to dun sa first season as well, that it's supposed to be like Nagisa Tomoya specifically, but we're focusing so much on other arcs. And I know that it's supposed to be part of the story, like we have to help these other people, but like I think they could have executed it better.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I wanted to point out, kasi nga diba, they're giving so much focus to the side characters and putting details there that we wouldn't really care about their story. The whole time skip with Nagisa and Tomoya felt like wala lang. Ang bilis masyado. I didn't feel that much impact nung nag-time skip na sa kanila. Kasi parang hindi sila binigyan ng focus for the first, not even half, like more than half of the story.
Yeah.
I feel like since they parang nagiging afterthought lagi si Nagisa. Yung arc
Yeah.
ni Nagisa. Even in the first season, it seems like an afterthought
Yeah.
na parang okay, andito na tayo, pero parang andito na tayo. Parang gano'n na lang siya.
Hindi siya exciting. Ganun.
Yeah.
Mm. Kasi hindi tayo,
Parang
parang
na,
walang masyadong
oo.
sprinkles.
Parang nabuhay lang yung dugo natin nung nag-confession na.
Mm-mm.
Oo.
Doon lang
Tapos,
tayo parang, ito na. And then it ended.
yeah, and then it ended. And then, after story, we were expecting, okay, there's more
It's him.
Nagisa.
It's
Yeah.
them. But
And
no.
then, what is this?
Yeah.
Where
I
is
mean,
my romantic scenes?
yeah. I mean, it's true na yung side characters, it is part of the bigger
Yeah.
plot na I just wish na they executed it better.
Yeah.
Maybe like shorten it a bit, but just add the important parts. Kasi yun nga parang we expected na it's gonna be Nagisa and Tomoya, and all of a sudden it's another different character. Parang ganun.
And like, or pwede din naman, basta parang mag-sprinkle incel ng ano. Kasi
Yeah,
ang
parang,
nangyayari kasi, lagi nilang nakakalimutan na, oh,
yeah,
we have to put Nagisa here. Parang gano'n. Parang
yeah.
afterthought
Parang,
lang lagi yung
yes,
relationship.
parang I wish parang kuyari it starts with Tomoya Nagisa and then the Sunohara arc. And then like in between the Sunohara arc, we see Nagisa and Tomoya being alone,
Yeah.
like just being themselves. And then after the whole Sunohara arc has been resolved, we get more Nagisa and Tomoya. And then we get to the dorm manager. Parang ganun. Like, I feel like we would connect more with Nagisa and Tomoya's relationship
Mm.
if they focused more on it. Kasi you're right, it does feel like an afterthought.
And I feel like, I mean, okay, let's say it's not supposed to be a romance. We shouldn't be focusing on Nagisa and Tomoya. The thing is, though, that relationship is the biggest, like, the bigger plot,
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
technically. Like, their
That's like
family, like, the
that's the
death.
yeah, that's the overarching
Yeah.
plot,
Parang
basically.
yun yung pinaka, isn't it? It's Tomoya's like biggest wish. His
Yeah.
that little family of theirs.
Yeah.
So technically it's still like the bigger picture. So
Yeah. So the romance is important. Like
yeah,
you
it
can't
is
just
important.
disregard it.
It's like
Yeah.
in the game, it's the, let's say, canon arc in the game.
Mm.
Yeah. Para siyang ano, para siyang alam mo yung Hoyoverse keeps adding the important lore in exclusive stories
That's
that you
so
can
true.
never revisit, right? Like the Albedo lore, the first Mona and Fisher lore, like it's very important, but you can't play it anymore because it's event exclusive.
Even
Parang
Kazuha.
Yeah,
yeah,
Kazu's story cause is in the event. I mean story
yeah,
cause
and
his
like
story is in the event.
yeah, and like Shinyan has never had like a solo story that is permanent.
Yeah, right? Like
Parang ganun yung feeling yun na parang it's so fleeting na parang, okay, so what's the point? Because like, other people are never gonna get it anymore.
Mm.
Diba? So like, what's the point of this then? Parang ganun. So yun. Parang not everyone will play the game. Therefore, not everyone will connect to the anime that is basically built the same as the game.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Because we don't know the mechanic of it.
Hmm.
Kasi yun yung problem. Like, I had, di ba na-mention ko kanina, my opinion on Clannad changed from this is full of shit to now na parang, yeah, okay, I get it. And I
Mm.
appreciate it more. Kasi I know how the game works.
Mm-mm.
After
Mm.
researching it, after watching the anime, I finally got how the game works. Therefore, mas naintindihan ko na yung story. But if I didn't know at all na merong game, then I wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yun
And
din,
I feel like,
yun
and
din
sorry,
yung
sorry.
sinabi natin last time, di ba? Na it's
Yeah.
the type of anime that you need to pay attention to all the details because the first
Yeah.
time you won't get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I feel like a lot of the people who like appreciated Clannad from the get-go probably knows about the game.
Or it's
Mm.
probably nostalgic for them.
Yeah.
Mm. And like
Because
I feel like most of them just remember the later half as
yeah,
well of After Story
like
because like
the
I've
biggest story of
yeah, I've been
yeah.
like in the anime community obviously, so like I've seen a lot of the opinions, the comments and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and you can like I rarely see people talk about the first half of After Story. It's
Mm.
always the second half. It's always like the Nagisa
It's
Tomoya arc.
Ushio,
Yeah,
the rebuilding of father-daughter
yeah.
relationship.
It's always that part. Like
Yeah.
rarely see people talk about the first half, and it's like I understand because honestly, I probably would if I watch this myself. I probably would just remember the second half as well. I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't like, okay, the first half was like this and that. I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be
And
like
like if you search Clannad, you'd only see Ushio, Nagisa.
Mm-mm.
and
You don't
Tomoya.
really see
Yeah.
the side characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you'd see like the girls and stuff, but like everybody
Is
that
talking
we
more about the
focused on.
overarching yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the first part, I mean, syempre, ang pinanood lang naman kasi din natin is yung kay Sunohara. The only thing that
Mm-mm.
I even remember with Sunohara was like how creepy that
That's
fake
so true.
relationship was.
Nasa notes ko yan nakalagay dito. Sanae ex Sunohara, illegal.
Oh, I have something. Sunohara X Sanae equals no. Just no.
Mine was
Ako din.
creepy mom Sunohara fake relationship. We all just went nope with that
Yeah.
relationship.
Like, why? What is the point? Like, I get it, but no.
I get the I get
Sentiment.
yeah, and
The
like
intent.
the intent. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-mm.
I get the intent, but like it's still so freaking creepy. I mean, Nagisa pointed it out multiple times. Like, I still don't like this. My mom and my classmate. Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't.
And
You shouldn't
even
at
Exactly.
all.
and even if Nagisa is pointing out that it's uncomfortable, it doesn't help. At all.
Like no one listens. No one listened to her.
I don't know. It's still so creepy to think. Even
I
if it
agree.
is a fake relationship, like obviously Sanae doesn't like think of Sunohara that way. It's
Like
still
it's
so
literally just her trying to help Sunohara find himself or something.
yeah.
Like,
It's still so
it's still
creepy.
creepy. Like there's other ways of doing that.
You know, every time I imagine like my mom, like I can imagine my mom in a way because like she is very young,
Mm-mm.
but
Like
like
like I'm just gonna put this out there. When I first saw your family picture, I thought your mom is your sister,
yeah,
and your sister is your mom.
a lot of people say that, to be honest. Honestly though, like we can like take into account my mom, as I've mentioned, she's young. So but whenever I think about it, like how would I
Like
feel if my
her,
mom and a classmate
yeah.
like
Like imagine your mom dating one of the tropa.
it's so creepy.
It's weird. It's
It's so
weird.
weird. Like I
Even if we're adults,
even
even if
if
we're
it's a
adults, it's
fake relationship.
yeah.
Like you know,
Like why?
I have nothing against age gaps for everybody's and understanding lang for your information. I mean, my mom and
Yeah.
I have like a 20-year age gap, like exactly
Mhm,
20 years. So
mhm.
she obviously gave birth to me when she was 20. So
Yeah.
like technically in age gaps, like a lot of people do 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
like if you think about it in a sense that it's your mom's age,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
Yeah.
I have nothing against age gaps as long as it's legal, but like, come on, dude. There should be a
And
line with dating someone
and
your mom's age.
as long as it just so happens that there's an age gap, if the older person exclusively dates people way younger than them,
I
Yeah.
saw
I think there's a
Leonardo
problem.
DiCaprio.
I
Yes.
saw a graph of that, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you it stops at 25.
It's really funny.
The
Like,
oldest was 26.
dude,
and then,
he's
and then,
dating
and
Gigi
then
Hadid now.
yeah.
My
And then
god.
she's 27. That's why everyone's like, wait, he broke his record. He broke his
No,
Is
no,
record.
it Gigi or
everybody's.
Bella?
It's Gigi. It's
It's
Gigi.
Gigi.
Oh.
That
Gigi
was
and Zayn broke up.
yeah. It's funny because like everybody was saying Leo's just dating Gigi to prove a point.
Na he doesn't stop at 25.
It's so funny. Anyways,
Oh
that's
my
this is not
gosh.
about him. But yeah, it was really creepy for me. But
Yeah.
genuinely, that's the only thing I remember from the first part.
I mean, gets ko naman yung main point no arc na yon na
Yeah,
May just wants her brother back kasi di ba
Mhm.
Sunohara stopped caring
yeah.
as much as he used to. But the way they did it with the mom, why the mom?
It's like I don't know. there could have been someone else. I understand that they
Yeah,
ask a lot of them and they know Sunohara. Like obviously, if you ask me to fake date Sunohara, I'd probably say
I will
pass.
never. Yeah.
So like I understand, but like
But
should
still,
it really be the mom?
yeah.
I don't understand why he has to have a girlfriend, because to be honest, if May just sat down with Sunohara, like tell her brother na this is my concern, he's probably gonna listen.
No, I don't think he will listen.
I
Because
think
that's how Sunohara ended up being. Like he doesn't listen to like legitimate concerns.
Honestly, if we just had that whole soccer team thing,
mm-mm.
it
That would
probably
be
would
enough.
still end up the same.
Yes.
Like him
Yes.
finally blah 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 blah.
Realizing na yung
Yeah,
kapatid niya nabubuli because that is relevant to their past,
yeah,
'di ba? That's relevant. That happened before. So like it would make more sense if it's just the soccer team. Pero
Mm.
yung dating, no. And like yeah, I disagree na Sunohara will because remember May said, "Oh, I'm seeing someone way older than me. I'm gonna date him," and he didn't say anything.
I was gonna say, I think the reason why they had the whole dating thing is to make like, okay, you're dating my sister. I'm not focusing on that because I have to prioritize my girlfriend, type of thing. That
Mm.
part. So like,
Para ma-emphasize yung selfishness ni Sunohara.
yeah, but like, I don't know.
Still, why? I still don't like it.
I
I
still
still
don't
don't
like
like
it either.
it.
I mean, I've seen a lot of like age gap characters in like manga and anime. So, but like, oh, I draw
Yeah.
a line when you actually specifically mention that it's your mom's age. I
Yeah.
draw a
With
line.
me, like, if I don't think too much about it, I'm fine with age gap, with like age gap stories. But the moment I start thinking, wait, this is like my mom's age. Like,
Yes,
that's
that's
where
why.
like,
If you
no.
specifically point it out that it's your mom's age, then no. Cause like if you like just watch it on its own and like you ignore I know this is toxic, but like if you ignore that small part, then maybe we could
But you can't
It's
ignore it.
tolerable.
yeah,
It's
but
tolerable.
you that's the thing, you can't ignore it. Cause like they keep mentioning it's my mom.
Naalala ko
Like
na bakit.
they're refusing to make you forget na it's the mom.
It,
It's the mom.
I
I
know.
think the reason why I'm saying na they could have talked to Sunohara, because they didn't try to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
They never tried. They tried other things, but they never thought about just sitting Sunohara down and having May talk to Sunohara. That's it. They
Yeah, because
didn't
like
try it.
the only thing that made it was like, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which made the
You're
whole
not
thing
gonna do
worse.
anything. Kind of like, and then obviously, cause like Sunohara did say na it's because it's Tomoya, so medyo ano siya na parang nag-hesitate siya
Yeah,
na to do something, but like
because he trusts Tomoya.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
like even though he doesn't want me to have a boyfriend, like
Yeah.
it's Tomoya, so he'll take care of her, parang ganun. So like yeah, I do see the point na they didn't really do anything. I feel like at first if they did talk, like if May talk to Sunohara, he'd probably not listen at first,
Mm-hmm.
and then later on
And
probably
then do the soccer team scene.
yeah
That would make sense.
Yeah,
yeah
yeah.
right.
Just remove the dating part.
Yeah,
Just no.
please stop reminding us that it's a
It's
mom.
the mom. Pero yeah, pero yun nga, parang gets ko na kung bakit meron focus sa side characters. It's just too long, in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
And not enough Nagisa.
Focus on Nagisa na it's
Yeah.
difficult to like really connect. Like even like, di ba nung it was sad when Nagisa died, it was sad nung hindi pinapansin na Tomoyo yung anak niya. Pero like I couldn't really connect much to it because like we didn't spend enough time with
Yeah,
it.
it was rushed.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was rushed. Even yung pregnancy ni Nagasa na first I want a baby, and then next she's vomiting, and then the next she looks like a pink snowman.
That's the thing. They always rush that
When
part.
it's Nagisa.
Yeah, they always rush Nagisa's arc,
Yeah.
which
So
is a
it's
bit
really
unfair.
difficult. Yes. Yeah, that's why it's difficult to think that, oh, she could have been a mom.
Yeah.
Because to us, she's still that high school girl.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi, we didn't spend enough time with her. Like, I wish
Honestly,
they sprinkled that.
honestly, it's called After Story, but it doesn't seem to be an after story.
Yeah.
Because, like, it should have, if you say after story, you'd probably think, oh, it's in the future.
Yeah. But it's like right after
The confession,
the
like,
confession.
okay, so, and then we took so much time in that, like, in that part, na
Yeah.
it really didn't seem like an after
Yeah.
story. I get if they kind of like showed a bit of their and then they graduated kaagad
Yeah.
in the first few episodes, and
Yeah.
then we did the time skip.
Yeah.
But no,
It's
But
more
you're this.
it's more accurate to say Clannad Nagisa afterthought, not after story.
speed.
Bumps.
Hi, hello. So we are back with another speed bump. Um, this speed bump is it's a big one. It's a big one for me. So this is this is my story of the time that my TL, or team lead, came to me for free therapy sessions. Yay!
Breathe a
So,
therapist.
breathe the therapist. So this was in my old job. I had a TL. So basically, we had this client. It's a new client, and the only people currently was me and my TL because it's a new client. So they can't afford having multiple seats open for that client at first because they're starting out. They want to test the waters, as you will. So they had a senior recruiter, which is my TL, and me, a junior recruiter. And at first, we weren't actually speaking to each other because I don't speak to my coworkers, so it's understandable. But then I don't know how, but we suddenly started like talking to each other. I think he was trying so hard to talk to me and be a team and stuff, so he always asks like, "How are you? Musta ka?" Yeah. Medyo ina-anxiety ako every time may magcha-chat sa akin, tapos, "Musta ka?" Gano'n.
Tas TL mo pa.
Oo, tas TL ko pa, my goodness. Tapos, I think, basta yun, nag-start yung talking, ano namin. And for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe because I'm quiet and he assumes na I don't spread anything that he tells me. But he started venting out to me about everything. And I mean everything.
And now you're talking about it on a podcast.
Exactly. So he has poor judgment, I can say. He talks to
Never
me
trust, never trust Brie with your secret,
exactly because
especially
I
if you're not best friends.
if if I don't know you, I will share your secret. So I'm just saying.
Tapos mamaya listener pa lang natin napatay.
He's definitely not going to be your listener. I know his personality. He's not gonna be your listener. um, he talks to me about work, especially. So, lahat ng gossip sa work, alam ko.
Oh
Dahil sa
God.
kanya. Legit. As in, sasabihin niya sa akin lahat. Sasabihin niya, huwag ka maingay, Bria. Ano, ganito yung, may ganito mangyayari, ganyan, ganyan. So, I'm always the first one to know. Tapos, pag i-announce na siya sa company, kunyari gulat, parang, oh, talaga? Kahit na alam ko naman na talaga. Tapos, lagi niya ako i-chat, parang, kunyari, ina-announce. I-chat siya sa akin. Kunyari, gulat ka. Alam ko naman. I know how this works, my dude. Like,
It's
I
not her
know.
first rodeo.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I tell my friends, my coworker friends na, uy, kunyari, hindi mo alam. Ganun lang, pasapasahan lang tayo ng chika. Pero ayun nga, ginagawa niya ko therapy session because he doesn't like the company. He's been there for 5 years and mas mababa yung sahod niya, which is understandable in a corporate setting. It's usually the old employees that has like the lower salary, and yung newer employees yung mas higher. Kasi, syempre, you're trying to get employees to join you. So, obviously, you're going to offer a higher pay rate. And I keep telling him, lumipat na siya. Tapos hanggang ngayon, guys, hanggang ngayon, andun pa din siya. Naka 1 year na ako sa new company ko, andun pa din siya. So, I don't know, 7 years na ata siya doon or something.
Weh?
Yeah,
And he
andun pa din
Going
hates
siya.
the
strong.
company.
He hates the people, he hates the
Oh.
company. He hates it because TL na siya, pero ginagawa pa rin siya recruiter. So, he's doing multiple, like, he's doing recruiting job and also, like, taking care of us, like, managing us and stuff.
Guys,
So,
Oh
this
my
is
god.
adulting.
yes. And, like,
Oh
ang
god.
masama pa nun is ini-invite na siya ng mga old coworkers niya, naka-close pa din niya, to a new company that has higher pay. And he still wouldn't leave. Naunahan ko pa siya, tapos nagalit pa siya sa akin kasi inunahan ko siya.
Oh,
Pero, ayun lang.
bakit
Yun lang
ano
naman.
kasalanan
Pati,
mo?
I know, sinadya ko yun, naunahan siya. Sinadya ko yun, naunahan siya. So, ayun lang naman. Pati yung family-related niya. But personal stuff and work-related, sa kanya vinevent out.
Oh
And
my
that was my
god.
TL from my old company. Making me his therapist. Amen. Speed.
Bumps.
Let's move on na sa second half. We can't really say much about the first half since we did skip
Yeah.
a few of the
Yeah.
arc.
And
I
yeah,
don't,
yung the lore, we missed the lore. But
yeah,
yeah.
I kind of wanna like start with the robot girl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I'm really excited about that. Cause like my theory's right.
Can you explain your thought process bakit ganun yung theory mo?
Okay. So like when we were watching it, we did point out that it looks like Nagisa, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of unfair to say that I know I got it right because like I did know that they were having a child.
Yeah.
So like if I didn't know that they were having a child, I probably wouldn't think that. But like
Yeah.
so I guess it's a
Wait,
bit unfair to say.
is that the bullet point that you wrote for the first season? Because I remember you wrote
Yeah.
a theory, tapos
Yeah,
sabi
that
mo
was
babalikan mo.
yeah, that was my theory. That I did point it
Oh.
out sa old recording natin.
Yeah.
Na I did ang theory ko dyan, the thought process of that is because it looks like Nagisa, but it doesn't have the antenna. That is the only thought process that I have. It's like,
So
okay,
it's half Tomoya, half insect mother.
it's like it's not Nagisa because she doesn't have the antenna. Who
Yeah.
else can look like Nagisa? Her child.
That's true.
That was my
That's
only
true.
thought process. And then because I did say na medyo alam ko yung ano. The only spoiler that I know was that Tomoya will eventually get back Nagisa and Ushio. So
Yeah.
like in a way that kind of solidified my theory na okay, so I guess this is the child. So maybe this is like it connects to that part where he gets his family back kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then that was my theory in the first season. And then we started after story and we kind of like had the scenes with the robot and the girl. And then another one ito talaga dito ako proud kasi yung itong theory na to hindi ko talaga alam to na I thought that maybe the robot is Tomoya. I don't know how I got to that thought process, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. I'm like, how did you get that? How did you reach the conclusion that the robot is Tomoya?
Genuinely don't remember my thought process. I don't even remember like my other theory. I apparently have another theory, guys,
About the sheep.
about the sheep in the robot scene. I don't remember it because like I only wrote down interesting to note. Two sheeps, eat two lights, robot scene. Like what the fuck? So I'm not gonna talk about that theory, but like I do remember that it just came into my mind. It's like maybe this is Tomoya. I don't remember how exactly or why. Oh, oh,
Parang may
I, I,
breakthrough si ano.
I had a note kasi
yeah.
diba, when you were watching the first part of Clannad, you said to remind you of your prediction. Tapos sinabi mo doon na the robot is their future kid.
Oh, I did.
Tapos there's a quote, I may be from another world or from the future. I quoted it.
Ah.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, so she
Oh,
did say
okay.
that.
Yeah, she did.
I don't remember that part.
Buti na lang ba
Me
yung,
too.
tinignan ko yung old notes ko.
Ano
Oh.
ba old notes ko?
The only thing that I put here was like the theory. I didn't really specify. I should really specify.
Wait,
my
I
theory
I
as well.
quoted it too. Sorry.
See?
Look.
Beep beep.
Point. Significance of robot is from another world or distant future. Something the girl created. Probably Tomoya and Nagisa's child. I have that in my notes.
Also, maybe I mentioned that.
You
then.
mentioned it.
Yeah. And then we all noted it down for you.
Ah, oh, okay. So you noted it down. I didn't.
It's your theory.
It's my theory. I didn't know it down.
Parang,
Okay.
parang ano, siya yung sumagot sa recitation. Siya yung may alam ng sagot sa recitation, pero tayo yung nag-recite.
Binulungan ko kayo ng sagot. Ganun.
Parang
Which is
gawain
something
natin
we
yun,
do. Oo, yun yung ginagawa natin, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. I don't like reciting, so I just tell you guys, oh, this is the answer.
Ito yung sagot is good.
It turns out to be true.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I did think that the robot is Tomoya. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, it is him. So yeah, that's actually, I really like that. If we put into account like that part that they had that scene even in the first season to like kind of brings it brought everything into full circle sa
Yeah.
ending. Although
Yeah.
the execution is a bit iffy, but like I did
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that they put it sa first season pa lang.
Yes.
Hindi
Yes,
lang
yes.
siya sa after story na parang okay,
Hindi
may
siya,
anak.
hindi siya Coco-crunch. Parang
Oo.
it's foreshadowing right from the beginning. This person is significant.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's parang it's known na magkakaanak talaga sila. And
Yeah.
mamamatay talaga. Parang alam mo na planado siya, ganun.
Yes.
Pero ayun lang yung pinakagusto ko sa execution part nila. And then it's actually medyo nag-ano din yung ano ko kasi 'di ba they have this like mysterious illness that they didn't really specify what it's about.
Yeah.
But then usually when it's winter, the illness gets worse.
Yes.
And it's really interesting na robot the girl cannot
Yeah.
move during the winter
Yes.
and
Yes.
because it's Ushio and she gets it from Nagisa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting to see that even in
The
this world
parallels.
it's showing like
Yeah.
how she is in the like in the
Yeah.
active world basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanna bring up yung sinabi ni Lila last time after we watched After Story that it's kinda like Omelas.
Yeah. Yeah. Na a girl like that someone has to be sacrificed in order for the world to be better. But
And in this story, it's specifically the town.
yeah. Yeah. Na this girl and the robot, like in the other world, is a sacrifice and para maging maganda yung buhay ng mga tao sa tao.
Yeah.
Parang,
I actually
I
wrote
forgot
down
I mentioned that.
it's it's funny because like we remember things that the other says but like
Person
we
said,
don't
but we don't
remember.
remember what we said.
Yeah, exactly. It's also I also actually noted down that the robot is probably the robot that Tomoya gave to Ushio.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why he kind of became that robot because like in Ushio's
Your
mind that
representation,
the representation is like this is
Yeah.
my dad.
Yun
This
yung
is
actually
first.
naisip ko. Sabi ko, oh, robot. Si Ushio, may toy robot siya. Parang yung girl in the robot. But I didn't connect it. Like, it was in my head na there's a parallelism there, but I didn't connect it. I'm like, am I stupid?
I think nag-click yun kay Brie nung sinabi ni Ushio na it's the first gift from my
First,
dad.
Yeah. It was like,
yeah.
oh shit.
Tapos doon ako
Tomoya.
nag-breakdown.
Yeah, we
Umiyak lang ako.
all cried.
Let's get to that later. But like, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about regarding the girl and the robot before we move into the active world?
Oh, no.
No, puro active world to actually.
Okay. So, yun lang naman yung gusto kong i-point out. I'm really happy about
Oh,
that.
wait, no.
Oh,
I
there
have
is.
something, sorry.
Yeah.
It's not in my notes, pero di ba sabi ko last time, I will be watching like reviews, I will be researching ganyan, just to like help me piece together shit in my mind kasi
Yeah.
like I was having a hard time. I saw a review once saying na, di ba meron dong yung the first time they met, Nagisa and Tomoya, where Nagisa is just monologuing, right?
Mm-mm.
Tapos they showed that again at the end to kind of start like the rewind of time, parang ganon. Sabi nung nag-review, that scene in the beginning might already be the repeat. Na parang that wasn't the first time that they met. Parang ganon.
It's
That's
like
why
another alternative.
yeah,
world.
it's another alternate universe. Kasi Ushio in the other world, in the like the barren world. Sorry, I'm sick, guys. Pero Ushio in the other world is not really connected to the timeline in the active world. Parang ang sabi dito, 'di ba, may website ako dito, may blog ako na open dito. The illusionary world is not bound by time, and it doesn't really go with the flow of time in the active world. So it's basically like a parallel world na hindi nagko-connect in any way. Magkatabi lang sila, parang gano'n.
You know,
So,
sige.
yes, ikaw muna.
I was just gonna say that actually makes more sense because like that maybe that's why Nagisa remembers the story.
Yeah, exactly. Tsaka I don't remember this in the anime, so if you guys do, just let me know. Pero ang sabi dito, Nagisa and Tomoya are the only ones familiar with the story.
Yeah, they showed it.
Yeah.
Kasi
they showed it.
Tomoya kind of like had that he kept having that monologue saying like, I think I've heard this before.
Yeah.
Gumaganon siya.
Yeah. Yun, kasi it's because it's already happened before. They already had the rewind. So, inulit ni Nagisa yung sinabi niya sa beginning, inulit niya it's in the ending. So it kind of shows na the scene that we saw in the beginning of the whole anime is already the repeat. That's why everything is so familiar. Parang the challenge is, will Tomoya know what he wants in the end? Parang yun yung point niya, which makes sense kasi diba throughout Tomoya's life from high school, he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm gonna go to college. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I don't know what I want. Pero in the end, he finally got what he wants. Parang the point is for Tomoya to figure out what he actually wants. And it's like the family. Parang ganon. Tapos ito yung naisip ko like from the beginning. I don't know why I didn't point it out. I probably forgot. And I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Pero nag-wonder ako kung bakit parang Nagisa, although they haven't met before, it feels like Nagisa is talking to Tomoya. Kasi she keeps asking, can you keep loving this place? And Tomoya keeps repeating in his head, I am starting to hate this place. I hate this place. But I don't like this town. Pero Nagisa's like, can you keep loving this place? Parang gano'n. So parang, why does it feel like they're already communicating, na parang they already have a connection? And that's the theory na it's already a repeat.
So it makes sense what I said last time na Nagisa knows.
Yeah. Yeah. Na she doesn't know in a sense that, oh, I know there's another world, I know there's an Usho, and I know there's a robot.
Yeah, but
it's like,
she has this thing that I know that it's good.
Yeah, or parang, alam mo yung statement natin, be with like our exes. na parang,
it's
yung statement
familiar.
namin about our exes na this person feels familiar.
Sino?
Okay. Okay. Yung pinapoint out namin ni Kay na is about our exes na this person feels familiar. So I think yun yung what Nagisa quote-unquote knows. Not necessarily na, oh, I know that we already had the repeat before. That this happened before. It's more like, I think I know you.
The
Parang
sense
ganun.
of familiarity.
Yes. Parang ganun. Parang soulmates, parang ganun. So yeah. So yun lang yung gusto ko i-point out sa other world
Yeah.
right now. Unless may maalala ako mamaya.
Speed.
Bumps.
Hi, welcome to another Speed Bumps with LILA this time. And I will tell you a story about how my phone gave up on Christmas morning. So, just for context, yung phone na gamit ko that time was an iPhone 7. And yes, I was using an iPhone 7 in 2023 because not everyone is rich. Um, and I never really had like a brand new phone na yun yung bago that year. So I was just using that phone for years and years and years. And then obviously as all phones do, it started giving up on me. So first yung battery nag-start siya mag-deteriorate. I had it replaced. And then yung charging port mismo nung sa phone, it started malfunctioning, so it's really difficult to charge. And then eventually, on Christmas morning, when I'm on the other side of the world and my family is on the other side of the world, my phone gave up. I woke up, I was gonna check my notifications, my phone's dead. It won't charge, it won't turn on, nothing. And the thing is, I wasn't planning on buying a phone that time. I was planning on buying a new one in 2023. But the universe has decided for me. Wala na daw akong choice. Kailangan
Buy
ko na,
now.
yeah. Like, alam kong wala kang budget, but like, you have no choice. I didn't give you any choice. So I had to buy a new
Isn't
phone. What?
I was just going to say, isn't your phone from your mother?
Yeah, yun pa.
Like secondhand?
Yeah, it's like third hand even because I think someone else from her company. It's a company phone, my mom's company phone. So what she does is kaya kami nagkakaroon ng quote unquote bagong phone is binibili ng mom ko yung company phone niya for cheap and then she gives it to one of us. So that's how we get new phones, quote unquote new phones. So
New for you.
like yeah, new for me. So I think someone used the phone for like a year and then it went to my mom for like 2 years and then it went to me from started using it 2019 until 2022. So how many years yon? 3, 4, 5, 6 years 5 to 6 years of that phone being used by three different people, and then it gave up on me and I didn't have any money, so I had no choice but like to get one because I'm in Canada. I'm on the other side of the world. I don't know anyone here. I need communication. So I had to buy a new one. So now yung phone bill ko nag-increase exponentially and I'm dying. But I have a new phone because that will feed me.
Lila.
Yeah.
That's called adulting.
Oh god. No, you know.
Listen, you have Genshin Mobile now.
Genshin talaga lagi may kasalanan eh. Yun talaga eh. From K to Lila, it's Genshin's fault. But yes,
I mean,
I can play anywhere.
I also bought a phone. Well, it's not Genshin specific, but like, I bought a phone with the biggest memory just so it'll hold my games. I understand.
And like, diba, like all three of us, we bought new phones in 2022, right?
Yeah, we did.
But I
Was it
got
2022?
last year,
Yeah, it was just last year because
yeah.
I'm still paying my phone.
All right.
Yeah. And for me, I bought it like legit Christmas Day. I ordered a new phone and I'm still paying for it. I got my phone in parang January 10 na. But yes, I'm still paying for it as well.
Oh, am I the only one who's not paying for their phone anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you saved up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did save a bunch
And
for
for
that.
us, we're paying for it for 2 years. We're gonna pay for it for 2 years every month.
Well, technically, my savings was around that time. Like,
Yeah, that's
I
true. But
completed the savings during those years, so
here's the
still the same.
thing. I'm in Canada and my yung sweldo ko, it's like very little for the risk I'm taking for my job. I'm not gonna disclose what it is,
She did, in fact, disclose what it is in different episodes.
but I'm in danger every single time I go to work. And my salary not worth it. Not worth it. I swear to God, it's not worth it. So yeah, I have no choice. I'm paying like $100 every month for this fucking phone. My God, that's it. So yes, my phone gave up on me on Christmas morning of all days. Christmas, Merry Christmas
Merry
now.
Christmas.
The universe said, "Merry Christmas, bitch. You need a new phone."
Speed.
Bumps.
But anyway.
So yung active world,
Mm-hmm.
before we start some like deep shit that happens, I just want to point out Yoshino is such a good big brother. Yun lang.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Sino?
Yoshino.
Yoshino, yes, yes, I agree.
Even though he's fucking weird.
He'll,
This
in
is
all
my
the gifts
gift.
of this generation, this is my gift to the world.
I honestly did not expect him to have that kind of personality in the first season. I know that he's weird in the first season. We've
Yeah.
established that he's weird in the first season. I didn't expect his weirdness to go another level.
Agree. Humans are multidimensional.
It's just so funny how he's kind of like because he's very stoic.
Yeah. And all of a sudden,
And all
ganun
of a
pa na
sudden
siya.
he's like, this is my gift to the oh, oops, gumano pa siya. I remember that seriously. He was like, oops, time out. Gumano pa siya.
I'm out. I'd like to continue. Tapos he continues and he's like, okay, I'm done.
Kasi nung first time na ginawa niya yon, na ano siya, na out siya, di
Ano
ba?
sila, oo.
Oo. It's so funny how he remembers. I was like, oh, okay, okay. I have to make sure that I'm free to say this line.
He's the type of character that goes from 0 to 100.
Yeah. Well, what's worse than Earth? Okay na tayo.
Yeah.
Let's move. Okay,
Yeah.
so I wanna start with the second half now. So in the active world, Nagisa and Tomoya's relationship, basically. Um, it's really funny because like every single time that Nagisa said, "I'll always be there with you until when, until how long, and we're gonna
Yeah.
be by my side, blah blah blah." It just solidifies the foreshadowing of her death.
Yeah. Kasi
It's like
she keeps repeating that even though, yeah, mo yun. So parang it feels like it's a lie.
it's like she knows that she's probably not gonna make it,
Yeah.
especially when she got pregnant.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because like every single time a character says, "I'll be ever you," you're definitely
Something
gonna die.
happens.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna die. You're not gonna be there forever. What do you mean?
You just know.
Yeah,
It's
like
it's 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 the it's a one hint where you know what will happen.
What did you guys think about the proposal?
oh, I was gonna say that actually yung next point ko, Tomoya has waited and decided to create a family for such a long time.
Yeah.
And then it's like he's like building up to it. He's like working because he wants to like create a
He wants to
future with
be, yeah. He wants to be
Nagisa
a
and stuff.
good like provider.
And then he proposed and like that's it. That's your whole big like thing. Like he proposed at the height of his emotions, which kind of like I don't know, it contradicted his preparation
Mm.
per se.
Yeah.
I don't expect him to have like this big proposal for Nagisa, obviously.
Yeah.
But like it's just so weird that he proposed at the height of his emotions, where he's like angry with his dad. He's
Yeah.
just like he lost his job.
Yeah.
He's down in the dumps, and he's like, okay, let's
Yeah.
just get married. It's like it became
Ito
an
yung
afterthought.
ito yung Nagisa is always an afterthought.
Right?
That's why the title of the second one should be Nagisa Afterthought, not After Story.
Yeah.
Pero ito yung I don't agree with this, yung statement niya. Pero ito yung interpretation ng ibang viewers na that was the moment sabi nila that was the moment Tomoya figured out what he wanted. That's why he proposed then and there.
But he could
After
have
nung
just
anger niya.
waited.
Yeah, I know. I don't agree with it. Pero yun yung
I-
sinasabi nila.
Honestly, I think that he was just desperate for a family.
Mm.
Yeah. I think
That's
it was
why he
an act of
proposed.
desperation instead of like actual want. It was just desperation. That's how it registered to me as well. Pero yun yung sinasabi ng ibang viewers na yun nga, na that was the moment he knew na ito yung gusto niya.
Honestly, I get that like point. Like I feel like he
It's
did.
just the proposal.
Parang, proposal.
Proposal. It's just the proposal was like
No,
tasteless.
I think it was that point where he did realize what he wants, and he wants an actual family.
Yeah.
But it doesn't erase the fact that he became desperate for it. That's why he proposed at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I do what parang ano niya na, okay, I hate my family, but I want my own family. I want it with Nagisa. It probably was
Yeah.
that moment. It's just that
Yeah.
he became so desperate for it that he just proposed right then and there without thinking
Yeah.
too much about it. They didn't think about what's gonna happen. They didn't think they didn't think things through, obviously. So I do
You know,
think that
I
it's
feel like if we did this whole thing nung
Yeah.
hindi pa ako single, I might have hated what you're saying. Because it's reminding me of myself back then. Like I fell in love with this person, and then all of a sudden we were like talking about marriage and shit, and then after we broke up I'm like, you know what, I don't think I want it.
You know what's funny? I noted down na sabi ko, diba, I don't like how toxic the whole dynamic was between Tomoya and Nagisa after he found out about his father getting in trouble. Tas my mind just went, this is why young adults have this mentality that this is romantic. No, it's not.
Yeah. Like case in point, me.
honestly though, I would say, when I had my when I was in a relationship as well, we did
Yeah.
talk about that, like the family thing,
Yeah.
marriage and shit. I don't know. I still don't think it's a good time to
Mm.
propose.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. It's just you shouldn't like decide things at the height of your emotions.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
obviously he loves Nagisa. Obviously he wants to be in a
Like
with a
we're
family.
not doubting that. It's just
Yeah.
how he approached the proposal.
Yeah, it's just that ang nangyari kasi, imbes na makita ko yung parang thought process. Obviously, cause, like, Tomoya didn't, like, he never said his thought process to Nagisa. So, like, if you're Nagisa, you'd probably assume na he's only marrying me because he doesn't have his own family. Parang ganon.
And like I
Parang,
just happened to be here.
yeah, parang imbes na yung syempre kasi yung thought process niya nga is he wants to have a family with Nagisa, like even before the father thing happened, he's already thinking about their future. That's why he's like looking for work and stuff.
Working. That's why he decided to like separate himself from the
Yeah.
family because he wants to do things on his own.
Yeah, he already has that plan. So like for us viewers, we can see that like he genuinely loves Nagisa. He genuinely wants to create a family with Nagisa. It's just that
Yeah.
if you're Nagisa specifically and you can't see his thought process, it would look like he's proposing to you because he
Out of
doesn't have
desperation.
he doesn't have any family.
Yeah.
He just wants to have what he wants to feel that, and then you're there, you're in a
It's like
relationship.
it will seem like if you're Nagisa, it would seem like he just wants to use you to prove himself something.
Yeah, parang ganon.
Ganun ako. I'm gonna admit. That's why, di ba sabi ko, if we're
Mm.
talking about this before, nung
Yeah.
may jowa pa ako, I would hate that statement kasi ganun ako. Na
Mm.
parang I was thinking about building a family and like having a baby, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Kasi yung reasoning ko before, like, this is legit what I thought. I just want to prove to myself that I can be a better parent than my parents. And
Yeah.
then after the whole breakup, when I had the chance to like rethink the way I thought about my future, I'm like, you know what? That's not really a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's backtrack a bit
Yeah.
and let's get therapy.
Exactly. So like it is not good. And like
Yeah,
they kind of brush that off. So
yeah.
Ano
And
pa,
like
I
the
got
way they presented it
disappointed
was,
with Nagisa when she said yes. Like,
yeah,
at least let him calm down first.
yeah.
yeah.
Like, this is why people think that's romantic, and
Mm-mm.
it's not. I don't think it's romantic.
It should have been romantic. That's my ah, it should
But
have
like
been romantic.
the circumstances wasn't right.
You could have given us the romance that we wanted.
Well,
Why
we
do you
got
keep
it
doing
with the baseball with Akio and Tomoya. That was the killing for me. That's the
oh the,
proposal, not the thing that happened after
we
the
should
father
have
scene.
gotten we should have gotten more romance. Ah,
Yeah.
anyway.
Like, I get that it's supposed to be angsty, pero alam mo yon.
At least give us some romance. Come
Yeah,
on.
We
give us some
deserve it.
reprieve.
Give us some crumbs for fuck's sake. Since we were talking about the family already, I kind of want to point out to touch the father side. I know that's like a very touchy subject, but like
Yeah.
let's rip the band-aid. Honestly,
Especially when two people of this trio have father issues.
I cannot
oops.
relate.
Oops, oopsies.
Honestly though, yung that scene where yung sinabi niya na oh, yung sinabi niya na parang I feel like I'm being cursed. Parang ganyan ganyan. That feeling of being cursed because of your family like really
Yeah.
hits deep. I
Parang
honestly
like if you have that deep-seated trauma, you'd think that everything is your fault or like everything is connected to you.
honestly
Every misfortune.
I honestly can relate to this and that's
Yeah.
like I genuinely understand that feeling
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
feeling cursed. Like every time, ito din yun eh, parang, the thing is, hanggang ngayon, yun yung nararamdaman ko. So like, I can't say anything positive about this like plot. But like, honestly, it's just that I understand his thoughts then. Parang every time na you have that something good out of your reach, and
Yeah.
then it suddenly gets snatched
Yeah, it's ripped
away.
away from you.
Yeah, and then it's because of something about your family.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it happens very often as well that it
Yes.
genuinely just feels like, oh, right, so it is because of my family. It becomes like that. It's
Hindi na
not
siya
even just because,
coincidence.
Yeah.
Ganon.
yeah, exactly.
And
It's not even just
sometimes,
like a trauma thing
yeah.
anymore. I mean, it is obviously a trauma thing, but
Yeah.
like, it's just that it it becomes like very repetitive so
Yeah.
much that it
Yeah.
genuinely just feels like a curse.
Yeah. And like sometimes it doesn't even have to be like completely related to your family dynamic. Sometimes like something happens and then you just think, is it because of the way I think na nag-start dahil sa family ko? Kasi ganun, parang that's how I kind of work sometimes. Na parang kaya I have this really, really good opportunity and then I'm like, what if I just don't? Kasi what if this happens and then this happens and then this happens? And then and then I end up spiraling and think, oh, I think this way kasi it's my family. Therefore, I'm not gonna have anything good anymore.
I
Parang ganun.
understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
like the thing is though, may times na parang kasi with that train of thought, it's still your parang control, parang your decision, ganyan. Parang,
Mhm.
obviously, you didn't decide to think that way, but like, it's still your, parang, it's still under your control. Na you decided na, maybe I shouldn't do it because, ganto, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Parang ganon. Pero parang, ang ano dun is yung, especially with Tomoya as well, ang naano ko dun is like, you you weren't even doing anything and it still gets ripped out of you. Parang ganon. Like,
Yeah.
and it's because of something about your family.
Yeah.
Yun yung pinaka, for me, that's one of the things that I hate the most. It's like,
Mhm.
I don't have this opportunity because of external forces.
Yeah.
I would have accepted it if it's because of me. Obviously, I
Mhm.
decide a lot of things. I decide not to do a lot of things because of that mindset. I do have the same mindset, but like, it's even worse if it's just not, if it's just out of your control. If it's
Yeah, and you
external
Yeah.
worked
forces.
hard for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you work hard for it, exactly. And
Yeah.
yung sinasabi ni Kay, it doesn't become a coincidence anymore because it becomes repetitive. So
Yeah.
like, ang nangyayari niyan is the next time something happens, doon na pumapasok yung parang yung thought process mo na, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Doon na
Because
siya
it is gonna
pumama.
happen anyway.
Oo, parang I won't I won't get this anyway. Parang ganon. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
deserve this anyway. Parang ganon. Doon na pumapasok yung negative thoughts because of the
Yeah.
repetitive actions na I'm not saying for everybody's listening, I'm not saying that this is a good way of thinking. I'm not saying it's because it's
Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
disclaimer. It's not because like it's someone else's fault. It's not my, obviously it still depends on the situation. It's just that
Mhm.
since you have this family dynamic anymore, and since it's like a very traumatic thing as well, it's just that
Mhm.
parang ang nangyayari na if sunod-sunod siya na nangyayari, parang
Mhm.
nagiging ano na siya, parang you get tired of it eventually,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I understand that feeling na maybe there is a curse. I keep
Mm-mm.
asking you guys, this is just funny because like I keep asking you guys this, if my family is actually fucking cursed.
Yeah. I think I remember us having this conversation before.
Honestly though, and like, and it just, you can't really accept it yourself na maybe it's you, parang ganon.
Mhm.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you just can't accept na maybe it's you. You are the product of your family. Maybe it's you. Parang ganon. Parang
Yeah.
it's not just your family. It's you specifically. And this could like go with Tomoya as well. It's like, it's not just you. It's not just you. It's not just your family. It's not just your dad. Like, he did get that at the end na parang
Mm-mm.
he just he kind of ignored the fact that his dad like worked hard for him and stuff. So like,
Mhm.
it's not just your dad that was at fault. It was kind of you also had a bit of parang may part ka din dun. Ganun.
Mhm.
Parang you kept blaming your family without even thinking why. Parang ganun.
Mhm.
And I do the same. So like, I feel like I'm saying this to myself. I do blame a lot to my family without even thinking about it. Like, what did I specifically do wrong? Parang ganon. So like,
Mhm.
it does ano din na parang yung negative thoughts I keep going back and forth. Pero yun na nga. Medyo na ano ka lang. Sinasabi ko lang. Anyways. Your thoughts.
I mean, I agree. Alam mo, like, I feel so uncomfortable. I actually started crocheting.
Just to numb the mind.
Look at how long it's gotten.
Ang naisip ko na yun nga na hindi lang yung father niya, ignore din niya yung fact nga na yung sinabi mo na his father worked hard and the reason why he got into alcohol and gambling is because when Tomoya started growing up, he had nothing else. The father had nothing else to do. And the fact that Tomoya kept blaming or had this resentment towards his father, it didn't help yung parang loss ng father niya. So I feel like if Tomoya didn't resent his father so much, his father wouldn't have gone into that route and went to prison.
Wait, hasn't his dad been drinking even when he was just a kid?
Yeah, but yung ano nga, yung
Nag-worsen.
nag-worsen.
Ah,
Kasi nga,
nag-worsen. Okay. Yeah.
Tomoya kept resenting his father and ignoring him.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, it's not really Tomoya's fault. I
Yeah.
can't really fault
Yeah,
Tomoya.
it's not Tomoya's fault. Like, the father obviously has its fault. It's just that he kept blaming his family for everything.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Na it yun lang naman yung ano niya. Yun lang yung parang pinaka fault niya doon na he doesn't take a step back and then look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
It's just that he just automatically becomes like, no, my dad is like this. I don't want to ano. Parang like kina-close off na niya yung ano niya, yung mind niya when it comes to his
Mhm.
dad. Oh, this is so
Mhm.
ironic.
Let's just
It's
move
a
on.
really,
Let's move
it's a
on.
really hard pill to swallow.
Yeah,
To be honest.
it's just so funny that I'm saying this
Yeah.
over a fictional character, and I do the same thing. Anyways, we
Let's
should
move
just
on.
move on.
With, I haven't even put my thoughts down yet. We're already moving on.
Let's
I mean,
move on.
I don't really have
It's gonna
thoughts.
uncover trauma for you as well. So let's just move on.
Trauma dump in progress. Trauma dump finished. Okay, let's move on.
Sabi sa'yo, let's move on. Sabi na eh.
Anyways, speed.
Bumps.
Hello and welcome to another Speed Bumps. And this time, it's Kay. I'm going to talk about a really traumatizing. Excuse me to all those who are
Or
drinking
eating,
or eating. I suggest you put it down first.
or you'll regret it.
This is going to be, yeah. So this was way back 2019. 2019, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2019. It was after school. Uh, and after school, things come out. Because I cannot do that in school. We don't have a bidet. Now they do. But back then, we had no bidet at school. Tapos, I'm doing my business on the toilet. And then, an earthquake happens mid shitting.
Oh my god.
And you know how we all have our phones while we're doing our business? Lila texted me. Lila was like, dude, nag nagkalindol. Natatain na ako. And I was like, bro, I'm already on the toilet. And I kid you not, I felt my shit going back up my body when I felt the earthquake. um, all I can say is it was not a very successful trip to the bathroom. It's not a good time. It's one of my worst fears. Dying in a toilet with my pants down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So again, pasintabi sa lahat ng kumakain. That was earthquake on the toilet.
I like how nag-sync din yung after school excretion.
It's that time of the day. You know you can't shit at school.
Yeah.
Kasi namamaha yung puwet mo, gano'n. A lot of our listeners would relate to this.
It's so bad. But like it's like so traumatic, but it's funny. Like you can just feel it going back up kasi bigla luminulat po tayo. Alam mo yung you clenched so hard it went back.
I can't let it out anymore because I'm afraid there's aftershocks.
And you're gonna be stuck in on the toilet with your pants down.
Yeah. That's the worst way to
You're gonna
die.
die. You're gonna die with poop midair.
Yeah.
Speed.
Bumps.
Before we move on pala, para lang maano ko lang, kasi it's still technically connected. It's actually really nice to see.
Closure.
I want to point this out, but like it's still technically about me as well. Anyways, it's actually really interesting to see how he became kind of like his dad in a
Yeah.
way. The way that he reacted to Nagisa's death, it's
Yeah.
not the same as how her dad reacted to his wife's death,
Death.
but like the way that he
They
started
grieved.
ignoring his child
Yeah.
is kind of the same as
Yeah.
like
Which kind of reinforces the idea that it might be a curse. Let's be real. Because it repeated itself.
say that.
Or it might be because that's how Tomoya remembers his dad.
Yeah. That's like the modeling that he got, so that
Yeah.
he's repeating it because that's what he learned. I understand because I've had this conversation with you guys multiple times, right?
Yeah, I remember having this
scared.
conversation with you.
Yeah. Parang I'm scared of being a parent because I'm afraid that I'm gonna have the exact same reactions as my parents. With like in terms of like quote unquote disciplining. That's why I'm like even though before I said, oh, I want to build a family, now I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea because I might just repeat what happened in the past. Parang ganun. Like, na parang instead of breaking the trauma cycle, I'm just perpetuating it. Parang ganun. That's why I'm very avoidant.
Ang very scary kasi dyan, honestly, the thing that is scary the most is that I know it's wrong. I know it's toxic. I know it's wrong. But unconsciously, I still do it. I still think it unconsciously because growing up,
Yeah.
that's what I did see.
Yeah,
Like,
I get it.
even if you like force yourself to stop things,
Sometimes you just get the strong urge because that's how you know how to
Yeah.
deal with things.
yeah, exactly.
I get
so,
it.
like, that is the scary thing. And, like, seeing it happen, even if it's
Yeah.
fictional, that kind of, like,
Yeah,
um,
it's uncomfortable.
yeah, it's very uncomfortable. Like, that whole part was very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Because, like,
yeah.
I'm seeing a version of myself that I don't
Yeah.
want to be.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's fictional. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be fictional.
the
It's like,
the difficult thing for me naman, like in relation to that, is I actually ended up acting like my dad.
how we grew up. Like, yung
Yeah.
ano nating dalawa. Because, like, you were, obviously, you were also, obviously, you were also being
Mm-mm.
abused.
But there was a
but,
physical
like,
aspect with me.
yeah, parang you were, yung bigger picture sa'yo is the physical one. Mine is mas bigger yung verbal. Like, we did
Yeah.
have some physical sometimes, pero mas bigger
Yeah.
yung verbal sa amin. Sa inyo, mas
Yeah.
bigger yung physical. So,
Yeah.
like, mas physical ka, mas verbal ako.
Yeah.
Pansin
Yeah.
niyo yun lagi, di ba? Lagi ako na,
Yeah. lagi ka nakikipagbandagulan eh.
so, parang, it's, parang, honestly, I feel sad for the both of
Yeah.
us. Like, we're unconsciously
Yeah.
mirroring what we grew up.
But to be honest, what I like with Clannad and like how they tackled that whole thing is that they didn't wholly blame Tomoya. They didn't say, "Oh, you're a bad father because you're a bad dad because you did this." Parang they gave him the chance to kind of reinvent himself in a way and like bounce back, because most of the time with like, especially if like stories like these are put out in the public in real life, it like the blame is immediately on like someone like Tomoya.
It's always
Without
one-sided.
Yeah, without really understanding, like it's still wrong,
But they gave
But-
him a chance to redeem himself.
yeah, kasi there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Parang ganun.
It's not that he
So, yeah.
purposely just ignored the child.
Yeah.
It's just that the
Kasi-
child is reminding him so much
Yeah.
of Nagisa.
ang lakas ng appreciation ko sa Clannad when they didn't blame Tomoya.
And I really like how Nagisa's parents handled it. They
Yes.
didn't pressure him or anything. They just like
Yes. They
waited.
understood.
Yeah, they waited for him to like kind of like ease into it before
Yeah.
they kind of like had this whole, okay,
Yeah.
let's make Ushio and
Yeah.
Tomoya
Even though it's also painful for them because they never really had the
yeah.
chance to grieve
Mm,
properly. Because immediately after Nagisa died, they still have to be parents.
yeah.
They had to take care of everything. And
Mm,
like, I just appreciate na they let Tomoya grieve in his own way.
yeah.
Parang ganun. Na I wish I had that. Na,
Honestly though, their Nagisa's parents are the best parents.
yes. Even though they're weird,
Magsasaksak
Yeah.
lang ako Keep going.
as I say, like,
Sasaksak ng sino?
she's gonna murder someone. Oh. like, even though, tawag dito, even though, wala, na, lumipad na sa utak ko.
Even though
Hindi
they're
ko pa.
weird.
Ayan, even though they're weird, they have respect over everyone.
Mm-mm.
They hold them to a high standard na I have respect for you and I have high expectations for you. Therefore, I will treat you as
And
such.
they have very deep understanding. Then
Yeah,
they don't question you kaagad. Parang they let you tell them yourself. Parang
yeah,
ganon. They're not like forcing you into anything. They're just
yeah,
gonna make you comfortable.
yeah.
Um,
Like,
they'll,
like grieve in your own way, I understand.
yeah.
I will take care of everything else. Parang ganun.
And like they were the parents that Tomoyo wished he had.
Yes.
It's
And I would dare to say na they're the reason Tomoya ended up wanting a good family.
Mm.
It's
mm,
seeing their dynamic.
honestly, and like living with them, he
Yeah.
probably had that thought na in the
Yeah.
future I want this kind of
Yeah.
family.
Even though in the beginning they're like so weird, bread thing, the chasing
Yeah.
thing, the crying.
Uh-huh.
Even though I like we know he's weird out, he's like, this is a good family.
It
And
is.
like I appreciate that. Though I do have something to comment on when it comes to Nagisa
Yeah.
handling Tomoya and his dad. Which we will talk about in the next episode.
Yay!
Yeah.
Sorry to cut it short. The discussion is too long, so we will be splitting it to two parts. The next part will include the remaining half of our discussion and our ratings for Clannad after story. So stay tuned.
Manood kayo, base. Ay, manood. Makinig.
Makinig ko tayo. Wala
Pakinggan.
sila panoorin.
Ang
Pakinggan
hindi
niya.
makinig, hindi magkakatotoo yung wish.
Ay,
Yes. It's a threat.
blackmailing.
Maka-cancel out yung manifestations niya, ganun. Okay,
So,
so
side.
Track?
our time's up. Let's continue this on our next therapy session. Bye.
Bye.